You guys tell me to go to the churches, right? You know what I got at the churches? I got abused at the churches. That's what I got. I got to record multiple situations at multiple churches here in Tillamook, all over that Farnsworth feller. I got to record assaults by him. He's got a record of assaults going back to at least 2018. He choked a woman out, and these people tell me he's not violent, not to worry about it. Then he assaults somebody in front of me. And then he gets out of jail and he comes after me. People wanted to tell me, oh, Sean, you need to go to where the food is. I went to where the food is. I had my life threatened by Robert Farnsworth repeatedly. The staff heard it and everything. I got to be afraid to go to Safeway because he hangs out there. I got to be afraid to go into any of the other churches because he hangs out there. And then, of course, there's how I was treated by the, what do you call them? Mandated reporters. One of those ladies, when she was explaining she was a mandated reporter but not trained. How is that my fault? It's not my fault, but I'm the one who has to continue to take the abuse over it because none of these people are willing to do their jobs. I've got a few nice things to say about some of the churches, but a whole lot of bad things to say about the people that work there. When it comes to the safety of the people there, it is not a concern. They let Farnsworth do whatever he wants. The fact that they continue to let him do whatever he wants is not okay. That's impressive. See, it's one thing if he was mad at me because I was some horrible crazy person. No, he's mad at me because I recorded him threatening my life and other people's lives. And assaulting people. Over and over and over again he did this. And then people tell me, oh, he's not violent. But really, he's got a long history of violence. He was sure violent with me. He was sure violent with that lady over by that church. First Christian Church, not impressed. Seventh-day Adventist, I can't go back there. You kidding me? Yeah. If you're going to go out of your way to try to bully me for trying to turn in crimes that were committed against me or going to the places where I was told to go, I'm told to go to a mandated reporter. They didn't take it seriously. They blew me off and everybody told me to call somebody else. And here I am. The only quasi-safe almost place that I have is a McDonald's, where it depends on who's the manager at that point in time, or a parking lot over there that I can possibly sleep in, even though it's against the rules. See, this is the thing. When Farnsworth was doing all this stuff, people knew he was doing it. They wouldn't come forward. They saw him doing it. They heard him doing it. He did it to them too. He's not the first nut job that I've had to deal with. And you guys say it's mean to call him a nut job. Oh, it's mean. But it's not mean for you guys to treat me like that when I say, hey, this guy's assaulting me. This guy's threatening my life. This guy's following me and stalking me. What was he arrested for in December? Stalking someone else. And what are the people at the churches that feed us? Some of whom are supposed to be mandated reporters, are they not? For them to hear and see that outside of that building and do absolutely nothing, it's on the church property that happened. Just like with Jamie there in in the Dalles, when she got punched in the back of the head, and nobody would do anything. Not the church, not the cops, not Adult Protective Services, nobody. Y'all tell me to mind my business. That's the wrong thing to do. Either we work together or we get nothing. And the problem is that the churches and them people wanted to be complacent. They wanted to look the other way. They wanted to show that their God is as fake as they are. I've been through enough at the hands of Christians. I have had enough violence from Christians. I have had enough of my life being threatened by Christians. For other Christians tell me I need to let it go and give it to God. Or they magically are too stupid to know the rules. Or magically they think that you can just let that go. Robert Farnsworth, all right? I had to see him here today in friggin' McDonald's. You have any idea how afraid I am to go to the churches because I'll see him and the church staff will do nothing? Or try to intimidate me when I tell him, hey, I am scared because... See, that's one of the things that we're told that we're supposed to do as a child. To work out the situation, act like adults. You tell them how it makes you feel. When you're being harmed by an action that somebody committed, you tell them. You tell them how it makes you feel too. Nobody's going to listen to how you feel. They're going to try to make you feel guilty for even saying anything, for even bringing it up, especially if you're a male. It's not that women are victimized more than men. They're certainly not. Men are ignored more. Women are a lot more likely to get physical with a man. A lot more. More frequently and more often. They're taught that they're allowed to. All boys are taught it's never okay to hit a woman. We teach women what? That it's okay to hit a man just once. But a lot of women, they take that for granted, don't they? They think it resets every 30 seconds. I am so scared to be here in this town, but also with this lady who is going to help to advocate for me. You know, I'm kind of trapped here because of that situation. She's not going to advocate for me, but that's where my stuff is. And now I got halfway through the licensing thing for my vehicle, so I do need to finish that up. Also, I finally was able to get a mailing address and a P.O. box. And it's mine, so I'm pretty well stuck here. And there needs to be something done about the situation regarding my safety in this town. Instead of telling me to go to the churches, why don't you go to the churches with me or call the churches with me and record it? Bear witness. I keep hearing from a bunch of religious folks how it's okay to kill me, how it's okay to harm me, how it's okay to threaten my life and my family's life. Really? Because I bet you if I do the same thing you Christians do to me, guaranteed the first thing you're going to do is call the cops. You're not going to give it to God. Guaranteed if I threatened your life the way that you threatened mine, you wouldn't give it to God. Guaranteed if I helped your predators and the people who threatened to kill you and your family get away, oh, you would not give it to God. Every single person who has told me about their God has shown me that they don't have one, that they use it as a manipulation tactic. Seriously, you're going to make your decisions based on magical unicorns, tarot cards, and a spaceman in the sky? Use your brain, stupid. I did the right thing. I followed the instructions. People tell me to go to churches, I go to churches. They don't help, they don't care. You tell me, hey, you got to go to these places where they got food. I went to the places where they got food. You know what's there? Predators like Farnsworth and Molly. so I don't go there. I avoid my predators like the plague, but with Farnsworth coming down on this end of town again, what do you guys expect me to do? Oh yeah, you want to tell me to give it to God. Give it to God. Yes, we'll give it to the spaceman who is not a lawyer, not a witness, who does absolutely nothing about any of this abuse. This is your imaginary spaceman who lets this stuff happen, remember? God bless America, huh? Yeah.
Two bags will put it on too. And then your name. I think we do. How many of this? I still got my double plate on my. Sin cebolla, sin cebolla, sin cebolla. Here you go, Tyler. Yeah. I told him I'll be able to make it.
It's my bar of chocolate. Give it to me now. I was just being demanding. I figured I'd use some of the words from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Alrighty, what would you like?
A hot coffee.
Hot
Large,
coffee.
15 sugars, 7 creamers.
7. I always get that one mixed up.
Well, it used to be 15 and 15, which is why they were calling me 15 and 15, and that was kind of my official nickname.
So,
now it's gone to some people and 16 to the others.
7 cream.
Yep.
And 15 sugar, you said?
Yes, absolutely.
I like 7 and 7 cream and 7 sugar. Yeah, it's delicious.
Oh, I'm trying to kill myself with a diabetic coma.
Is that it?
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty. 149.
I literally just...
I did see it in your hand a second ago.
That's
Might
not
be in
it.
your pocket.
That's not it. Dear Lord, almond cheese and rice. What was I thinking? I literally just had it in my hand.
Well, maybe you accidentally set it down in a funny place. Do you have that pockets?
I do. Okay. It's not in that one or that one. That's it.
There it is. Alright.
There you are. Thank you, ma'am. Oh God, you didn't give me decaf, did you?
We didn't give you decaf. Or, I don't know, we could have.
I can't tell the difference between the two jugs.
This decaf has orange on top, but I don't know which one you poured it out of.
There's a reason that I am for assisted termination of life. It's not the abuse that pushes people to commit suicide. It is the neglect when they try to get help. When you talk over them, you never have time. You're always too busy. That's what drives people. You didn't care. You didn't care about the abuse that they were taking or why. You didn't care why they were stuck in the situation they were. None of these churches should be accepting any money from anybody. With the treatment that I have endured at the churches here in Tillamook and at the church in Hood River, I want you to take a look at that video, Jamie again, on my channel. You see that woman? She has been hit in the head so many times that she has problems staying cognitive. The sheer quantity of abuse that she has gone through, and when she tries to speak up, she's beaten again or kicked out of there. That was a church, people. Sorry, not Hood River. It was in the Dells that Jamie got punched in the head. What was I there for? I was there to try to get help. I was trying to get help because this is how at-risk adults are treated in this country by everyone. We have no rights unless you care. The churches don't care. The priests don't care. None of the staff at any of the churches care. If you're beaten to death outside of their door, as long as you do it off of church property, they will look the other way. And if you do it on church property, they might still let you get away with it as long as you don't beat them to death. The number of times that Robert Farnsworth threatened myself and others just at the First Christian Church. Jesus, what the hell's wrong with these people? And I try to get help. You're just going to let it happen. You're just going to let them do it again and again and again and again. And when I scream for help, you're going to pretend like I'm Robert Farnsworth. Like I'm some person like that who just runs around accusing people for no reason and hurting them. If I'm telling on you, you did something wrong.
He's so fun. He's such a nice guy. Like, I never would have imagined him to be as nice as he is. Like, he definitely looks like the kind of guy who would have been absolute jerk in school. Just nasty. He definitely has a playboy. So that's it. That Tony came in with today. Chase. You grew up with him. We called him Baby Chase for the night or something. Yeah, I'm like, I went to school with him. That's the teenager that I was talking about. What if, so it wasn't kind of like that?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going outside. I'm putting on my unicorn hat.
What's his name? Tanner? It's
Let me show you this right here. This is all from when I was in prison. You see this? There's probably, I don't know, 200 to 300 of these here, just in this pile. And then I got a bunch of disciplinary actions over there. Yeah, when you tell on bad cops, they're not happy about it, and I don't care. You guys got to watch. How many times have I gone to jail for protecting children? That's right.
He was standing in a group of his friends, and they were all like 6 feet tall, basically next to him.
Oh, fucking hell. There's more.
Alright, where the fuck is my unicorn hat? I'm gonna find that goddamn thing and I'm putting it on my motherfucking head. Alright, which one do I want though? That's the question. I like me my unicorn hats. I got 2 of them, by the way. I got one pink and one purple. I'm trying to find my pink one. Oh, where the fuck is my pink one? It's my favorite. All right. Now, I guess I'll wear the purple one. I just wish I knew where my pink one went. But you know what? I am gonna be glad, at least, that I have one of them. That's kind of the point of wearing the unicorn hat. Life fucking sucks, but I can pretend it don't. For at least a few short minutes, right? Life is grand with your head in the sand unless you're afraid of the dark. And all you've got to plan starring Iron Man with me instead of Tony Stark. Ooh. All right. I am the biggest pain in the ass fucking stranger on the pain in the ass fucking planet, ain't I? But on the bright side, I got a pretty hat. You like my hat? Oh, my hat's crooked. My hat is crooked. Oh, no. There we go. There we go. Now I'm pretty.
Good night. I love the hat, Sean. Have a good night, man.
You too will do. I love the hat too. Yo, what's up?
What is that? I love your hat.
Well, thank you. I love your hair. I think the hat's cool. I just couldn't find my pink one. It's got longer tassels. Right.
I was told I was no longer allowed to make moves today because I thought one thing. Oh my god. I didn't even walk in there. Best part was going down the front door. Like, I just did laundry.
Just because I'm seeing this happen in real life, and you probably have too, even though I wasn't necessarily the same. So it was a barista, and he was shaking up the crane, he charged it, shake it, it exploded, and the canister went right into his chest.
Yeah, when you make it with cream, you can't say it's wrong. Yeah.
Well, the canister's good, that was shouldn't be out of it. But no, the canister itself exploded.
Not ours, the Starbucks one, but the whole thing fell apart.
Well, yeah, it's come apart, but I
Yeah, but the problem is, sometimes people forget to put the ordering back in.
but it was the type of whole canister, and it was a trigger, launched into his chest, and that cut his own. Yeah. They ended up saying, they were just letting their thing out of his chest. And the bottle went up and like bounced up and down and hit him in the head.
That nap I took was here.
Oh, we go to the party, we sleep in the car.
Did you hear me running this morning? Oh, dude, I would have been out late. Okay, no.
Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, perfect in every way. And each morning I look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a heck of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can.
I said ow. I literally was like, ow. Like,
Oh my God, you guys are gonna love this. Hold on, let me find it.
enough to like, I heard you, and I heard like, Chef Bar, but like, I was still.
All right, so I got everybody's name written down in here in the presidency. This is where they send you when you try to tell them Scott DaCosta. They send you to the Department of Corrections. Beautiful. All right, so take a look at what we've got here. Let's see. It's 5/11/2021. Staff Mogensen is bullying me, so I protest. I'm mad at TP and I need to poop, so Mogensen puts TP under my door in a wet spot. I ask for it not under my door. Mogensen proceeds to verbally bully me more, so I put the water under my door. I did. Mogensen starts slamming my door with the mop and squeegee, forcing water back into my cell and into my face. Omer wasn't an ass, and he called a truce, so I stopped. Huff and Mogensen didn't honor that truce and started it up again. Omer was talking to me like a person, but Mogensen kept talking over Omer, and I, making faces, being condescending, all on camera. By the way, this is the closest anybody got into trouble. The actual physical assaults against my person, they didn't care about. This is probably 7 or 8 situations with Mogensen by this point. Anyway, it says, Omer was talking to me like a person, but Mogensen kept talking over Omer and I, making faces, being condescending, all on camera. It lasted until Naweed and Masudi showed up. They refused to let me have breakfast, and Naweed kept calling me a piece of shit. I still have stuff from last night to write, but hiding my papers isn't easy right now. That's right. Masudi keeps refusing to let me eat, says I have to clean up the sanitation issue, but won't let me have anything to clean it with. Holy fuck, I want to eat, but they won't let me. And keep mumbling something about third shift.
Come to find out,
You have no idea how mean these people are.
he had flipped the blanket.
This is the mental health part of the
So he
prison.
was hitting spiders in his
Glorious.
But the spiders in real life were my face.
Alright, C1 side, C1 L29 on 511, I believe, Anthony Twist Madison, and Bones was in lower 30.
And then he
Heston was the corporal, one of the corporals who was bullying, and Barnes as well. Cardi Jordan was in C2 L12. His cell number, or his inmate number is 211947. Actually, I'm gonna look his name up. We'll see what he was arrested for. P-I-E-J-O-R-D-A-N.
Until later on that
Lincoln,
day.
Nebraska. Let's see, man facing theft charges after using employee's credit card at local pawn shops. A man is facing theft charges. Let's see, 21, 8. That's all the way from 2008. How much did he spend? All right, now let's see this. Let's see if it's longer than 2008. You know, let's see if the punishment fits the crime.
But honestly, I fail it nicely, so like my opinion.
Crap. Oh, and then it shows up with Cardi B.
I have woken up with my knees on his chest.
No,
And he just
I must have written his name down wrong. Alright, what else we got on here? Alright, Kangaroo Court. Terrell from IPS shows up, and I start explaining. He says he will talk to Sarah Nelson. Her name's in here a lot, by the way, because she's the IPS manager. She's the assistant warden, and this is what she's in charge of. That's right. So Terrell from IPS shows up, and I start explaining. He says he will talk to Sarah Nelson and see about a haircut. Sherwood interrupts, and I tell Sherwood about Mogensen and explain that Mogensen bullied me and antagonized me and shoved the water under my door, and that Nawid and Masudi wouldn't let me eat because it was unsanitary and wouldn't let me clean it, and that Nawid called me a piece of shit repeatedly. Sherwood came back, but between his 2 visits, Masudi finally let me clean my room, and he said I had to give up the tray and milk carton at lunch. He would not open my hatch, so I couldn't give him the tray or carton, but he didn't tell Sherwood that part. I like fucking with you in there. It says, meanwhile, Sherwood had only stopped to address MRs, which we never went over. MRs is your disciplinary misconduct. As you can imagine, I got many. Here's the thing, every time that you tell on them, they retaliate with a misconduct report. Beautiful. Alright, it says, the second time he said they looked at the video, it does show Mogensen shoving unsanitary water forcefully under the door and antagonizing me repeatedly, but they cannot divulge anything about what will be done with Mogensen. Probably nothing. Sherwood also says he can't get me a sack breakfast because I refused to give Nawid and Masudi my tray and carton. He doesn't care that they lied about it or that they refused to open the hatch. The verbal abuse by Nawid and Masudi doesn't stop. Masudi tries to claim he isn't a liar and blames everything on Mogensen. Masudi said it's not my fault. When third shift tells me something, I have to believe them. I can't look at the cameras. But when I say, but you told Sherwood I refused to clean my cell or give you the tray, you walked away without answering or replying. I was eventually allowed lunch and clothes and told I can show up. Brian Anderson, number 48888, has offered to help me fill out the papers to get a court date, but staff keep denying me the kites, grievances, and checks necessary for the 1983 form paperwork. That's just one piece of paper. That's just one. Let's see, we'll turn it over. They wouldn't let me do it right. You have any idea? People say, Sean, you need to write it down. 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 Let's see, we've got all sorts of stuff. Oh, Vanessa Davies, nurse. Yes, very good. This is right after I was arrested. Yep. Meeting with Connie Moore of mental health. Scott DeCosta told her that I was schizophrenic. She was so fucking pissed. I only saw her once more the whole time I was there after they transferred me. Well, just before they transferred me, actually. She said she did not believe that I was schizophrenic or delusional, and she was not happy about the fact that they had told her I was. There's also Ted Hill, who's one of the doctors there. He wasn't happy about it either. Vanessa Davies was one of the nurses. That's one of the things about being bullied. You tell on a cop, you tell on Scott DeCosta, you set it up so you can meet with Nebraska State Patrol, and what happens? Scott DeCosta shows up and assaults you. So then you set up another appointment after you get out of jail for being assaulted by the very sheriff you're trying to turn in. And of course, Nebraska State Patrol is supposed to help you, and instead, what ended up happening? Oh yeah, they didn't show up for their appointment and assisted Scott DeCosta in guaranteeing that I couldn't show evidence. So they literally lied out their asses and assisted my predators. They misled the situation. Now, I did write down where the different people stay. Eric Rodenbaugh, this guy is screwed up. I mean, you got no idea how screwed up, and this guy is like, he was threatening to kill all sorts of people in there. Mogensen did finally come and apologize. That was nice. It wasn't really much of an apology. He was letting me know that he was quitting his job and he was leaving. Now, I did make sure that I wrote down notes of where I'd been, how quick it was, where people were. I tried to write it down as soon as I could. A lot of times I was denied access to anything because, well, when you tell on these guys, they're not very nice, and they do work together to make your life a living hell. I did write down that Sergeant Huff was a cunt. Shelby's a punk-ass little bitch. Where is one of those people? Her, and there's another guy. Let me see if his name is on this. Bonjour. Hello. Oh my God. You're almost as sparkly as my hat. I should not have taken my hat off. It is a beautiful hat. All right, so Tribble is on third shift. That's the night shift. He was actually all right, but he's still a punk-ass little... All right, here's one that says, I have been trying to get an investigator here for as long as I have been here. The staff are playing stupid, ignoring me, pulling the you tell us so we can decide if it's illegal BS. The situation with the staff last night, as well as with Mr. Gambler this morning, not giving the name of the person who he is saying will help, She is a heavy lady with blonde hair and glasses, and I did find out these people's names a little later, I believe. The staff give lots of thumbs up, but no actual help. That was the most messed up thing. All right, it wasn't the most messed up thing, but they were giving me their thumbs like running joke. It was screwed up, obviously screwed up. I just get ignored. A gray-haired man in a blue top with a sucker in his mouth asked what I want. I said, "Your name for starters." He did not reply and walked off. 3 more staff have walked by repeatedly ignoring me, then turn off the call button when I press it. They continue to ignore me. It is not okay. I am tired of hurry up and wait. The police need to be here, and Meg needs to be on the phone with us. The blonde lady with glasses has been playing musical buttons with the intercom for hours. Still no name. A dark-haired lady with a black jacket and blue pants walked by. No reply. Still playing musical buttons with the blondie. Not sure what time it is, but it's the same crap at every hospital and jail. Only 1 in 10 complaints ever return. Staff ignore me and refuse their names. Sometimes they promise later, but later never shows up. Sometimes a cop shows up to cite you for having your rights denied, or you were put in a chair and drugged or assaulted, but nobody listens when you tell on a bad cop. I think it might be the moral lady from last night, but it's been a long night and it's difficult to tell. Still playing musical buttons. When you tell on a cop, they shut you up and separate you from help by whatever means necessary. Still playing musical buttons. Not sure what time it is. They will eventually either drug me, strap me to a chair, or have the cops cite me for disturbing the peace or assaulting me and charge me with assault. They will pretend I'm a bad guy for trying to get help while they ignore me. Anderson, a corrections officer, wants the can I am using. There's so much of this. Brenda Garcia was the lady who gave me the ride to the prison, or to the DOC. They kept on denying me because I didn't write any of this out properly, but wouldn't tell me how to write it because they're not allowed to help with legal stuff. This whole place was screwed up. And Corporal Holmes was intelligent, but she was stupid at the same time. I did write down the names of different nurses that are there and what they were involved in, like Bratton, Reggie, Jessica, Conley, Ongera. She was fucking mean. Oh my God. Jacob was one of the security guys. As Jacob walked by, I asked him where I put the request forms. He walked past without acknowledgement. I heard the plastic wrapper around styrofoam cups, so I'm certain he can hear me. See, that's the thing, is that they pretend that they can't hear you. They play stupid. It says, asked Emma Ongera for toilet paper. She said she would tell security. Took a while, but it just got here. I was just told by Jacob that these tiny things are the only paper I get, so I am splitting them for journaling. I had to journal so that I could keep evidence. I kept on turning these into them, but they didn't return them back to me. It sucked. It says, Jacob said I can have my call, my paperwork, and my shower in the morning. Also told me Conley is the MH lady who did my intake. It's freezing. I asked for another blanket. My legs came out from under me, so I pressed the call button. Ongera came to the door, said I don't know what he wants to someone, said she would be back, and walked away. Snelling, this guy, he seriously looked like he had probably like the world's biggest butt, except it was weird. It was his belly. And he was a security guard on the DEC SNF. SNF stands for Specialized Nursing Floor. These people suck. I mean, it's nonstop crap like this. And these are just the little ones. I mean, there is so much more to it. There is my disciplinary. What's disciplinary? That's when you don't bend down and be their little bitch and they hurt you. And then they pretend like you're a bad guy after they hurt you. It's so much fun. Now, the thing I was wanting to show you is a diagram of one of the cells in the prison, because it's pretty cool diagram. Here, we'll let you see this right here. And this one's twice as thick. People told me to write it down. No matter what, they told me that I wrote it down in the wrong place. But you know what? I wrote it down. I wrote it down. I made sure it was written down as soon as possible, as soon as I was allowed access. Now, there's some of my disciplinaries I'm looking in here because they got Sarah Nelson's name on them. By the way, she's in prison. I've also got a lot of stuff in here about Michelle Decini. She's in prison too now. Both of these regards. One of them was a corporal and the other one was, or not a corporal, but anyway, she was one of the guards. And then Sarah Nelson was the assistant warden. Also, the DEC, the warden was Taggart. I tried to get a hold of him. They wouldn't give it to Taggart. I was trying to, well, they kept sending it, like I said, to the people I was trying to turn in. It's screwed up. Let's see. It's their word versus yours, and you automatically lose, and that's the problem. If they say it, it must be true. If Scott DaCosta lies to prevent me from being able to turn in evidence of his repeated abuse, then that's fine. They're all just going to believe him. The judge is going to believe him. The doctor is going to believe him. Oh, no. No, the doctors were not fucking happy. They were pissed. Arata, he didn't throw a tantrum or anything like that. Ted Hill definitely, he voiced his displeasure at the situation more than once. I've also got stuff from Mr. Schwab. They wanted to pretend that they couldn't get a real diagnosis because Dr. Arata did not agree with any of the officers' assessments. So they tried to go with a rubber stamp doctor. Well, the problem is that rubber stamp doctor didn't give them what they wanted. Not enough to seal the deal. So when Dr. Arata, they're like, all right, well, he's allowed to appeal it. I didn't get to appeal it, though, did I? No, it's automatic. So Dr. Arata was going to be the second opinion. They didn't like Dr. Arata's opinion. The county prosecutor did not like Arata's opinion. Hopefully they'll leave a message. Let's see. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. number I've been provided belongs to a Mr. Rogers. Looks like it used to belong to someone else. Artemis, Amir. Whatever it is, it's on Dryland Road. I don't know. I don't recognize the number. That's the problem. Oh my God. I think I know who it is. It might be Candace from last night. So I will call her right back.